Hello everybody, I'm Thomas. Welcome back to another video. This time I'm back with another solo RPG called 6x6 Tales. This is a small RPG developed by Jack Darwood that is just played on this little 6x6 grid. It only has one page of rules, the other side just has some events, and then you have this map here. So it's pretty small, pretty compact, pretty simple, but I'll go ahead and briefly go over how it plays. So the goal of the game is to complete the map. There's a little space over here for quests, and that is the main starting quest, is complete the map. Throughout the game though, I'll be picking up other quests and hopefully completing them, doing like deliveries, killing monsters, and so forth. But the main goal is to try to complete the map, and I do that. There's a little day tracker down here, so the game takes place over a course of couple of days, couple of weeks, and you kind of keep track of that all here, and there's certain things you could do each day. Not much is really needed for this game besides the two pieces of paper, and you just need two D6 dice, two six-sided dice. I have my D20s up here just to indicate, because you need to have like an order for the dice, so I'm having the white dice be the first dice and the orange one be the second dice. Besides that, I have my little metal coins here that I'll be using to track my money. And I have this little black cube just to represent my character on the map. So let's go ahead and create my character, and we'll just hop right into a bit of this game. So right here are my hero's stats that start out. We have just one attack to start, 1 damage, 2 speed, start out with 0 poison, 4 max HP, and 4 HP. And then 1 gold, which like I said, I'm just using the coins up there to represent. So the first decision to make is the race you want to play, and there's 4 options. No, 4. You have dwarf, elf, human, and hobbit. They each have their own different bonuses and whatnot. I like going as dwarfs. They're usually one of my favorite races to play. So I will play as a dwarf, which I just write there. And then the dwarf racial bonus is they get +1 damage. So instead of doing 1 damage, whenever I make an attack, I'll be doing 2. The main other thing to do for your character is give them a name, which of course I will be going with the classic Marbash. And they do have a nice little spot here. If you want to sketch a picture of your hero, you can do that. I'm not going to do that. Next, we need to prepare the map by drawing the starting kind of castle on a random square. So you generate a random square by just rolling some dice. And the first one will represent the column, and the second one the row. So column 4, it's row 2, so right here is where the castle will be. All right, so we got our starting square here. At the bottom, I did write E01, that's part of the setup, and that represents an event being able to be done in this location. So normally at the bottom right, that's where that goes. I know it's kind of hard to see, but E01 is what I wrote there. I placed my little black cube to represent that's where I'm starting. So over here in my quest area, I already talked about I have this complete the map location. The only thing I need to fill in is the quest giver, which is just myself. So I will just write in myself. And the final part is to explore the castle, which I have to just read event 1. And then after that, I start on week 1, day 1 with the normal gameplay. So looking at event 1, it says you may take any number of these activities. I can either gain an HP, which I'm already maxed out on HP. I can lower poison, which I don't have any poison. I can get a new quest, which is pretty much what I'm gonna do. And then buy and sell scrolls at the castle shop, which I only have 1 gold, which I don't think is enough to get any scrolls, and I don't have any to sell. So I'm not really gonna worry about that now. I'm just going to get a new quest, which I have to go to event 14, which is over here. So the quest giver is going to be my current square, which is just 4-2 or IV2, since I'm using Roman numerals for the columns. Next, we need to see where this quest is going to be located. So I got to roll 2 dice to generate a random square, and it's 3, 4. And then finally, we need to see what type of quest we're getting. So I roll D6. It is a 4, so that is going to be send mango. So I got to write E38 on the quest location square. I received the mango item. Cool. All right, I've got my first other quest. I guess I could call it my first side quest, which is very exciting, delivering a mango to this location over here. I'm starting there and I'm done with my E1 event. So then at this point we can start a new day. So for the main gameplay, there's kind of three, I guess what, five different little parts to the day. You start a new day by circling the current day and week number over here. There is a day event, which is this column. You would resolve that. You do a poison check. You can then level up skills if you have the gold to do so. After that, you can move around whichever space you land on. If it's not a village or a castle, you do a terrain event. Then if the square has an event in it, you can do that event and then you end turn. So that's kind of the general structure for each day. So let's get started with week 1, day 1. So I did that. There's no day event. We skip over that. Poison check, I'm good. Leveling up, I only have 1 gold. And how leveling up works is essentially you have to pay gold equal to the skill you're trying to upgrade to. So yeah, for example, my attack is currently 1. If I wanted it to be 2, that would cost 2 gold, which I only have 1. So can't do that yet. So I can't really upgrade anything. So then we're on to the move, which my speed is 2, which means I can move 2 squares. And I think I'm just gonna move over and start kind of moving towards the square here. And each time you move into a square that hasn't been filled in yet, you could go ahead and roll to generate a random square with these little things here. The first die will be the road type, and then the second die will be the terrain type. So let's go ahead and see this first little square, what I will get. So 6 and 3. 6 is a curve, and then 3 will be mountains. And what's nice is I can draw these in any way I want. So like the curve, I can rotate it around, and I think mirror too if I wanted to, but we'll go ahead and draw it pointed downwards, and then I will draw in some mountains. All right, got a couple mountains drawn in there. I know this map's pretty small. It might not be the easiest to see, but I'll kind of be narrating what's going on along the way. So that was my first move. I still have 1 more speed, so I will move down a block and see what's going on down here. Let's roll up another thing to see what's going on. So this is a straight piece and more mountains. Okay. That is it for my movement. So then we're on to a terrain event, which I am not in a village or a castle square. So I have to roll 2d6 to see what kind of event we have going on. I rolled a 6, a 5 to a 7 means I fight this week's monster. So there's this little monster chart over here. There's different weeks. So we're in week 1. I'm in a mountain. So I will be fighting a goblin, which has 6 attack, 2 damage, and 2 HP. All right, so there's this little chart, or a little table down here to write the monster info whenever you fight them. 6-0 goblin. I just in the notes wrote 6-2 for 6 attack, 2 damage, and then the 2 HP goes there. And this little chunk of rules is how fights work. It's pretty straightforward. It's divided up into rounds, kind of like most RPG combats. The fight ends if either I drop to less than 0 or equal to 0 HP, or the monster does. And the rounds basically split up into 2 parts. You have a short break, and then you have the engage part. Short break is kind of what it sounds like. That's when you can try to escape. You can also use items and scrolls during that, which right now I don't have any. I don't plan on escaping, so we're just gonna move right to engaging, which is where you roll 2d6 and you add your attack. There are some special conditions. So before adding your attack, if you roll a 2 or a 12, special stuff happens. If not, you add your attack to the 2d6, see if it's greater than the monster's attack, and if it is, I would deal damage to them. So let's see, I need to get better than 6, and my attack is 1. So that's 8 plus 1 is 9, which is higher than the goblin's 6. So I will land the attack, and I do damage equal to my damage, which since I'm a dwarf, I deal 2 damage, and they only have 2 HP. So I 1-hit kill this goblin in the mountains. Pretty simple. And then by default, each fight will give you 1 gold, or not by default, I guess it depends on the week, but for a week 1 monster I get 1 gold, so not too bad. If there was a square event in this square I'm in, I could resolve that, but there's not, so then I just end turn and start the next day. All right, so day 2. No day events, poison check I'm good on. Leveling up, I could do, and I'm kind of debating, do I want to level up my attack or my speed? I think I'm gonna level up my attack, because right now it's 1. If I want to level it up to 2, I have to spend 2 gold, which I have, so I will do so, putting me at 2 attack and 2 damage. So now I get to move. I still have my 2 speed movement, so I'll do my first move downwards and generate a new square to see what's going on there. It's another 6 and 5, so it's a turn with a swamp. All right, and then I can enter the square that I'm supposed to deliver the mango to. So let's see what kind of square this is. So it's going to be a little T intersection with plains as the terrain. Cool, we've arrived at the place we need to deliver the mango. I'm out of movement, but first, since I'm not in a village or at a castle, I have to do a terrain event. So let's see, I roll a 3. Okay, so since I rolled a 3, there's a little chart depending on where you are. And it says, since I'm in a plain, I just encounter good weather. So I guess just nothing too bad happens. And it says if I was a hobbit, I would gain +1 HP. I'm not, so I guess that's it. And then onto the square event, which I can resolve now, and that's event 38. Just pulling this a little bit closer so I can see it easier. Event 38 says resolve if you have the mango. I deliver it by just crossing it off my items. I gain gold equal to half, rounded up, the lowest amount of moves from quest giver to quest location. So wait, 1, 2, 3, wait, do I count this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess I gained 2 gold. And then it says erase the event on the square, cross out this quest. All right, that's done. Did the square event, so that's pretty much the end of the day now. So I'm on to day 3, and we have our first day event. So I will go to the events table and roll up, see what event 5 is, which is an abandoned landmark. So I roll a d6 to see what kind of landmark it is, which a 5 is going to be a lake. And then I need to roll a random square to draw this lake at, which in this case is going to be 4, 4. So right over here. Okay, so I guess we have this lake that has just appeared here. There is a quest there, so if I can make my way over there, I can maybe figure out what's going on there, but not too worried about that at the moment. I think what I might try to do is explore this top area a bit, loop back to the castle, grab another quest, and then head down. We'll see how that works out. Yeah, we're back. I don't want to level anything up, so I'm back to movement. I'm going to go left and see what this square is going to be. So rolling up a new square. It is a 1, 5, so an intersection with a swamp. All right, and I should note this, this little map here is representative of an island. So since I hit the border here, basically off to all the edges, it's just water, which I can't go. So it's not like the map loops around or anything. It's just water off to the edge. So I can pretty much only go back to the right or up or down, which I'm gonna keep exploring. So I will go up and generate a new square to see what that's gonna be. 2 is another intersection, and 6, we have our first village. Cool, I'm glad we finally found a village. How villages work, they each, depending on what village, like how many you found, it depends on what event gets written down there. So since this is the first village I found, it gets the event of just 8. And that's it for my movement. So now terrain event. If you are not in a village or a castle, I am in a village, so I don't have to do a terrain event. Now I can do the square event, which is event number 8. And that over here is the village event. So I can take any number of these activities. I can gain a new quest. I can buy or sell scrolls, or for each gold you donate to the temple, gain +5 fame. And there is an option for a hobbit, which I am not. I think the main thing I will do is grab a new quest. There are scrolls and they're pretty decent. They can do anything from heal you, give you more speed, help you do more damage in combat. So there's pretty cool spells and scrolls and whatnot. And let's see what I could at least buy. So the village shop 8, I could buy pretty much any of the scrolls besides the antidote, carrot, or blast. I could afford like dash, rush, tomato, spark. I don't really want any of those right now. I'm gonna save my gold to upgrade my speed, and then maybe I'll go back and donate some later for getting some to the temple to get some fame. But for now, I think I will just grab a new quest. So need to write in here, the quest giver is 1-3, which is where the village I'm at is, and then I need to generate a new square for where the quest location is, which is going to be 3-5, so way down here. And then let me roll a d6 to see what kind of quest it's going to be. A 3 is send mangoes. Maybe word has spread at how good of a job I did my last run of delivering a mango. They gave me another one and said, here you go, deliver this. So I will do that, and then I need to write, what is it? Okay, so E38 is the event I've drawn there, and that is for the mango quest. So that's that. I don't think there's really anything else I want to do at this village at the moment. So I guess that will be it for that day. We're on to week 1, day 4. And let's see what I need to do. So let me flip this back over. There's no day event. I'm not poisoned. I don't want to level up. So I guess I just need to do some moving. Maybe I could start moving back down there. I kind of want to explore up here a bit more, but maybe it is best I move down there. So I will just go 1, 2 and see what the square is down here, which it is going to be a T intersection piece with some forests. Okay, and that is it for my movement. So now we have to do a terrain event since I'm not at a village or a castle. So let's see what I get. This is a 9 total. 9 is nothing of interest. On an 8 to a 10, there's nothing going on. So it's just a nice chill forest with no crazy monsters running around or anything. So I'll take that. I mean, I could use more gold, but you know what? I guess I can't complain about just a nice walk in the forest. So hopefully no one's out to steal my mango, it seems like, so I'm all right about that. So that was it for day 4. I guess we're just moving right along to a day 5. There's no event today, no poison. I don't want to level up, so I'm just going to move. First, I will move to the right and see what's going on this square. So rolling up a new square, it's going to be 6, which is a curve, and 2, which are planes. Okay, well, I was kind of hoping that would be like a straight piece or an intersection, pretty much anything besides a curve, but you know what? It's just how it goes sometimes. So I guess I'll use my other movement, go down here and generate another new square. Let's see what I get. There we go. That's an intersection with some planes. All right, well, that is it for my movement. So I'm not in a village or a castle, so I have to do a terrain event. That is a 6. A 6 is fight this week's monster. There we go. Fun times. So I'm in plains and it is week 1. So I will be fighting a pink slime, which has 8 attack, 1 damage, 1 HP, and the ambush ability, which the ambush ability is the first time we've encountered this, is it says to skip the short break step and the monster can't lose any HP in the first round of a fight. It's kind of annoying, but let me jot down their stats. Okay, so I can't hurt them as far as HP, but I still have to do the engaged because there's the special rules. On a 2, the monster would deal damage to me, and also if I don't beat the monster's attack, then they deal damage to me. So let's hope I get above an 8. I do have 2 attacks. I will add 2 to this roll, and that's a 9 plus 2 is 11. I managed to beat the slime's attack. So even though they got the ambush on me, I wasn't able to deal any damage. I at least avoided the damage that was coming at me. So then, yeah, I still don't think I have the option to do a short break. I think it's maybe not. Oh, I think the short break is just for the first round, so I could choose to do it now. I don't have any scrolls or items. I don't want to escape, so I'm just going to try to attack it again. And let's see if I can get above an 8. That is a 6. But I have plus 2, so that is 8, and I just need greater than or equal to the monster's attack. So I think it's going to be dead. Yeah, because I deal 2 damage, that would take them out, and that would get me another gold. That was it for the terrain event. There's no square event, so on to the next turn. Week 1, day 6, last day of the week, and we do have another day event, event 39. Event 39 is titled an unusually bad weather. So I rolled d6, that says 3. You may not move to a revealed square with that type of terrain this turn. Write that in the notes column as a reminder. So terrain type 3 is mountains, so I can't move into mountains today as the mountains are having real bad weather. So yeah, I will write that in over here. I guess I didn't mention this earlier. I should be technically noting down which square I end at just so it's easier to track, but I'm using this little square marker thing, so that's pretty much takes care of that. But okay, so let's see how this goes. I will go ahead and before I move around, I do have enough gold to level up my speed, which I will do now. So I can spend 3 gold to bump my speed up to 3, which is going to be pretty nice. Allows me to move around a bit more. All right, so first movement, I will move over here and generate a new square, which is going to be it's a T intersection of another village. Cool. Since this is my second village, I wrote E15 at the bottom instead of E8. I guess I'll keep moving. Maybe I'll loop back to that village. I want to see what's going on this square up above that I need to deliver more mangoes to. So let's generate another square. And this is going to be a T intersection of another village, I guess. There's not a whole lot of room there, but I squeezed in the E08 for this village. And we still have the E38 here. So I think, I could move elsewhere, but I think I'll just forgo my last movement and stay here at this village. Terrain events, I don't have to do because I'm not, I am in a village, so I'm good there. And then square event, I could basically choose to either resolve the village or my quest event for E38, which I'm gonna go ahead and finish out the quest. So E38, like last time, it says I deliver the mangoes, so I cross out the item, and I gain gold equal to half, rounded up the lowest amount of movement from quest giver to quest location. So I don't know for sure. I'm probably just gonna do it like I did last time. I think it's just a viable path, like not just as the bird flies, you know, like straight across, like it has to be an actual path. That's how I assume that works. So I got this from here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would get 3 gold for that. All right, there we go. Quest complete. And I can't do the village event because I already used my square event. You can only do that once per turn. So on to week 2. Week 2, day 1. I'm not poisoned. There's no day event. I could level something up. I could level up my damage or my attack. I actually think I might save my gold because I'll probably do the village event here this turn, and I maybe want to get some scrolls and maybe donate some money to the temple because I have some decent amount of gold at the moment. So I think I will forego leveling up. I have 3 movements. I'm gonna move around a bit. I'm gonna first go here and see what's going on next to the village. So generating a new square, that's 3, 5, so it's a T intersection with a swamp. All right, for my second movement, I think I will just move downwards to see what's going on down below there and roll up another square. It's another T intersection with some mountains. All right, and I think as my last movement, I will move back into this village there. And that's it for my movement. Terrain event I don't have to do since I'm in a village. And now I can resolve E15, which is the other village type. In this village, I have different options. I can still get a new quest, and I can buy and sell scrolls, but I can't do the other 2 things. So I kind of forgot that that's a thing, so I can't donate to the temple, but I will go ahead and grab a new quest. So let's first see where this quest has taken me, and that's going to be way up here in the top right corner to 6-1. And then let's roll a d6 to see what type of quest it is. Probably gonna be more mangoes. No, it's bring 2 scrolls. They don't give me the scrolls either, so it looks like I'm about to go buy them. All right, so it looks like I'm moving up in the world. I went from delivering mangoes to delivering scrolls. Maybe they heard about how good of a job I did with mangoes. They're like, all right, this guy can this guy can be trusted with some scrolls, even though he's gonna have to go buy them first, I guess. That's kind of bogus, but luckily I'm in a village where I can buy some scrolls, and that I will do. So looking at the E15 shop here, I have 3 gold, so I can get antidote, rush, carrot, tomato, blast. I could buy any of the scrolls, but I want to get at least 2 of them. So I either want to get like 2 1s or a 1 and a 2. Let me look here. Okay. I think I'm going to get, I'm going to buy 3 scrolls. I'm going to get 1 antidote scroll, which just costs 1. And then I'm going to keep that for myself. And then I'm going to get 2 carrot scrolls. And those will be the ones I deliver. So that will be that. And then at the bottom of the scroll thing here, I forgot there is an option if you're a human or a dwarf, which I'm a dwarf, that once per turn at a shop, they may play a dice game, which, you know what? Sounds like a good time. So I'm gonna roll 2d6 and let's see if I can maybe win something at this dice game. So it is a 6, which means I either lose an HP or lose a scroll or lose 1 gold, which I don't want to lose a scroll. I'll just lose some HP because you know what? I'm sitting fine on HP, so that bumps me down to 3. All right, I think I'll do 1 more day and then I will wrap up this playthrough because I don't want to do too long of a playthrough. This is a pretty simple game and would take me quite a bit longer. At least, you know, I'm only like halfway through, not even with the game. So let's go ahead and do 1 more day. So week 2, day 2, no day events. No poison I need to worry about. I don't have gold to level up, so I'm just gonna be moving. And I think I kind of want to go check out this lake and see what's happening there as my little last turn. So I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3 up to the lake. And I believe what it said with that is I still, even though there's a lake there, I still generate a die or a road type and a terrain type. So 1, it has an intersection, and 3, there are some mountains. All right, and then since I'm done with my movement, terrain event, this is a mountains, so I'm not in a village or a castle, so I do have to roll for a terrain event. I get 8, which is nothing of interest. I just take a nice stroll through the mountains to find this lake, and then I could see what's going on there with the E20 quest. Oh, interesting, okay. E20 quest is called the Water Spirit, and it says you need to help the spirit to revive the island by pouring a potion on certain spots. You will receive a potion item, which will make your poison always 0. Change the event on your current square to E00, a new quest, which I write in my little area, with the quest giver being the Water Spirit. Quest location is any. And then I roll a D6 to write in the notes what I have to do. So then I need to roll a D6 to see which location I have to do stuff at, I guess. So 3 means 6, 1, 6, 6, and 1, 1. And what it says is essentially I need to go to each of these coordinates. When I go there, I gain a gold, and then I cross out the coordinate. When I've crossed out all 3 coordinates, I resolve event 4 from any square. So that means I have to basically visit down here, I have to visit up here, and I have to visit over here, which I already have a quest over there. So that's pretty nice that I could just go up there and see what's happening. But that was the square event, and that's where I'm gonna wrap up here for today. I think this is a cool little game. It's not the most in-depth, there's not too much to do, but I think it's a fun little RPG that lets you just, you know, do some exploring, hunting down some monsters, doing some quests, all that good stuff. It's definitely, yeah, like I said, not the most in-depth, but it is nice that it's pretty rules light. This is the only page of rules. You just have all the events on the back. It's pretty compact. It only takes, you know, 2 pages. You only need 2 dice. Yeah, it's a neat little game. I like it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, I'll see ya.